Hey there, lovely people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. 10 past 3 here in the morning. Very peaceful and quiet. I planned to do like a couple of videos for you, but then I decided let's just do two. I was planning to do 3 or 4 videos as usual, but today I'm a bit thoughtful. I'll let you know why in my second episode. But first episode, I'm gonna do that one video that I thought of regarding fragrances. And today we'll be talking about Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, but minus the Tobacco Vanille. Why? Because I don't own that. I reviewed it long time back from a sample, perhaps with someone from my friend's bottle, perhaps. But I never really ended up buying Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, which I really liked a lot. It's one of the big names when you think of Tom Ford. Tom Ford, some of the fragrances are epic. Tuscan leather, Tobacco Vanille, people know this like household names, right? And I have Tuscan leather, but I don't own that many from their private blend, okay, Tom Ford line, because I find them extremely expensive and some of them are out of my reach in a way that because they're not really practical for me. So I sort of found some alternatives to some of their fragrances, and I do have some of their designer lines, okay. So when I talk about Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, I have 3 inspired expressions or 3 similar fragrances which actually attempted to clone Tobacco Vanille, in my humble opinion, from 3 different houses. Okay, when I look at them, you can consider them as niche house or indie, whatever. And I have reviewed them all. So I just thought of like bringing them back, not mash them together, but compare them side by side. Now, which one I really prefer as a best replacement for Tobacco Vanille. And they all have their strengths and weaknesses, okay? Bear that in mind. Nothing is perfect in this world. There's no such thing as a perfect fragrance, no such thing as a perfect watch or a car. You get the idea. Or a perfect person. Nobody's perfect. And I don't have the full packaging here, so please do watch my full review, then you'll see full packaging. Okay, so first fragrance I want to show Tobacco Vanille. First of all, Tobacco Vanille is a fragrance. It's a spicy tobacco vanilla. The name is there already, but they also have tobacco leaves, spicy notes, vanilla, cacao, tonka beans, tobacco blossom, dried fruits, and woodsy notes. These are derived from Fragrantica, and Fragrantica is a very excellent place. Since the beginning of my journey, I always learn a lot of things from there, the public post and stuff like that. Extremely very helpful. So to match that, there's a fragrance, I think long time back, Bourdeaux or something, I forgot the name of the fragrance, but Luxit, and what's the name of the perfume house? Okay, I don't remember that house name, but I wanted to get that fragrance, but I could never find it. It's very expensive right now. Give me 1 second, let me see if I can get that name. Yeah, the fragrance called Eau de Vie by L'Occitane Fragrances. I think it's British house. I don't know where it was from. I saw a lot of hype on that, but I don't have that. So there's another MAC fragrance that supposedly smell like tobacco vanille. There are many others I can also see. So I have 3 inspired, but one of them is the small bottle. Okay, this one I feel is a Middle Eastern house made in UAE, 50 ml. Only bottle that I found. This fragrance is house of Perfumologist. It's actually made in Dubai, but it's an Indian owner, Mohit Khatri bhai, and I bought this. I thought this was fantastic. This is one of my most favorite fragrances. It's called Tobacco Tonka Vanilla. Okay, check out my review on that. Really nice looking bottle, wooden cap, 50 ml, and this is the concentration is, I think EDP, or I cannot read, so small. Okay, anyway, so I think this is a EDP concentration, and I did love this. I actually brought it to review from Fakhruddin Nadir bhai, who actually was selling it. And I said, I'm going to keep this, okay, because I love it so much. Even tiny little bottle, I would use it for myself. This fragrance, it's one of the best fragrances in my collection. Forget about Tobacco Vanille comparison. Even on its own, it's a beautiful perfume. When I smell it, I already pre-sprayed this like 10 minutes back, so they're very prominent still. This fragrance, first of all, has nuclear beast mode, projection and longevity, which it makes up for sort of like a 50 ml bottle, but I did wish for 100 ml. That would be perfect. You can buy 250 ml, but the prices on these I think was a little bit high. If you convert this to, I don't remember exactly how much it was. I have totally forgot. But if you convert it to 100 ml, perhaps it will be like $70 or so. Still affordable, but still on the higher side. It's not super cheap, like $20 or so for 100 ml. No. So this actually is affordable, but not cheap. Okay, but one thing, longevity is really good. Okay, I really like this on longevity, but it has a little bit of twist on Tobacco Vanille DNA. Okay, the twist is sort of like they have the added tonka. It's like a powdery tonka. Reminds me kind of like Fave Delicious, pure tonka. If you know that, kind of like a crunchy tonka beans. You know, like vanilla pod or something like it. It's like very sweet, extremely sweet, carnival-like, Christmas-like. This fragrance reminds me of all that reindeer, Santa, Christmas tree. This has amazing smell and amazing longevity. So just for 50 ml, you know, I don't mind that. But this actually is one of them. I'm not going to say which one is a winner or whatever. I'm going to talk about individually. I'll compare it with each other. This is one of my favorites. Okay, this is one of my favorite perfumes in my collection, and this is a winter perfume. The projection from this, it's like something like Tuscan, not Tuscan leather, Layuquam by Rasasi, or something like Tobacco Blaze from the same line. If you remember how loud they projected, this is that projection. So I don't know if I can call this straight up Tobacco Vanille clone, but you can definitely smell the DNA. At least 65 to 70% of Tobacco Vanille plus 30% of Fifth Lease use. That Tonka Vanille is so beautiful. So this is like a powdery, gourmand, sweet, beast mode perfume. So this is one of my favorites. Check that one out. I really love the smell, and I think that one is sort of like a unisex offering, just like the whole Tobacco Vanille concept. Second fragrance I'm going to show you. This is one of my most favorite. I always praise this highly. I wear this in winter. Nowadays I don't, because it's warm. So Tobacco Vanille itself is a winter perfume in my humble opinion. And for some reason, Tobacco Vanille reminds me of Masque Ravageur. Okay, Masque Ravageur is a kind of like a spicy, powdery goodness, sexiness. So is Tobacco Vanille, but it's like really loud and really spicy. Not everybody's cup of tea. Second fragrance I want to show you is called Franck Bocklet Tobacco. Look at the bottle. Look at the juice color. This is the most value proposition for Tobacco Vanille lovers if you're looking for a substitute for a good pricing. This comes under well under $100 perhaps in Bangladesh. I don't remember how much it is now Bangladesh, but the packaging is not mind-blowing. It's just nice looking bottle, but the packets or the packaging or whatever that box it comes in is normal one. Okay, as far as I remember. This one has a lot of the other fragrance like amber. Okay, I think they have sandalwood, a few other things in this line, but this is my favorite. This is like way favorite, way ahead of the rest of them from this house. What I like about this one is, this one first of all comes in 100 ml. This is cheaper than Tobacco Vanille, and if you talk about comparison with the first one, Tobacco Tonka Vanilla, this only comes in 50 ml for 3,500 taka or something like that. So that's like $40. So it's about $80. This one you can find, I think, cheaper. If you get a tester, it will be like $70, $10 cheaper. So what I like about it, this basically it's a more wearable, less powdery, less aggressive, more sweet, lovey-dovey, cozy, but long-lasting version of Tobacco Vanille. This one I think has added cinnamon or something nice, almost to a point of chocolatey, and I like that about this fragrance. This one you can spray a little bit more. This one doesn't have that Tonka explosion like the first one, but this one actually is a very wearable Tobacco Vanille. Many people prefer this over Tobacco Vanille because it's more wearable, more gentle, you know, and it's more tolerable. Those are the things that comes to mind, but longevity is excellent. Projection is good for 2 hours. So this actually is my favorite out of the three that I'm going to show you for the best value. Okay, best value is this one. This is called Franck Bocklet Tobacco. Really nice, really sweet. I don't remember all the notes, but this is so good. This is so good. One of the stunning fragrances in my collection. So all the three I'm going to show you, they're special. Okay, the last one I just recently got. I was sure I was not going to buy it because I already have two of them, Tobacco Vanille inspired perfumes. But this last one, Man Al Haramain one, this fragrance I had to buy when I put it on my skin. I reviewed this before for my brother's bottle, and I thought this is too expensive for what it is, but I got for a good deal. Okay, I'll tell you. This is called Al Haramain Amber Oud Tobacco Edition. This line can get confusing because some of them, they have Herba Pura clone, they have Baccarat Rouge clone, this one, and I think Amber Oud, they have same name, two different fragrances, like two different smelling perfumes, so it can get confusing. But the Tobacco Edition, this one is unique. Look at the juice color. Okay, this is a 60 ml bottle as far as I remember. 60 ml bottle as far as I remember. Where is the sticker? There's no sticker, there's the box at the back. Okay, so this one, if I go to buy in Bangladesh, Al Haramain store, which is what makes this very difficult for me to buy a retail price, they are selling this for $200, 60 ml. That's ridiculous. I think perhaps the reason I understand now, even though the owner is Bangladeshi, from Sylhet they take all the oud, but they're stationed at Middle East. Okay, so wherever they're producing Al Haramain, they have to bring it back through, you know, like shipping and all that. So their production house is not here. Okay, so that's why I think this is considered as Bangladeshi owner, but the product is sort of like international. That's why the taxes make it double the price. People told me this one can be had for $8,500, which is what I found finally a deal for full packaging. Okay, it's too far. I love the packaging. Okay, let me just get the box. It's very beautiful. Last time I did review this, I actually did a tester unit that came in just like a normal tester box, but this one I have a full packaging. So this is so beautiful. Like if you see, like many other Middle Eastern houses, they have Arabian oud, or I don't know, some of the other houses, they have this kind of boxes. When you open it, that's where the bottle stays. They also have these things, I forgot what they're called, silica gel or something, just to keep the thing moisture away from this box. So that's where the bottle stays. Really pretty. If you put the bottle down, this one looks like expensive, and it is expensive fragrance. Okay, so that's what that looks like. So that's not the reason why I got it for. I went to a shop recent times, and I did go there just to buy some chocolates and stuff, and they also have perfume, Star World, and I didn't have absolutely anything on my mind, and I put this. I'm like, oh, you have that one, let me try this once, and it's fun. And I put this on my skin, this one on one hand, and I put the Amber Oud. That one was like a Herba Pura clone. Both of them are nice, but Herba Pura became kind of like too common, and it's kind of feminine. I don't always like it, to be honest, but I like this one so much more. AC was on full mode, it was projecting. Like I was there almost 2 hours. This one never stopped projecting. I came back home, I slept, I woke up, I still could smell it. That's what made it my top favorite of Tobacco Vanille inspired perfume. This one, I have it on the paper. Absolute class. Absolute. I think I detect kind of like a cinnamon. This one also has like Tobacco Vanille. I think it doesn't have cinnamon. They have spices, I think. Wait, just said, I forgot. Yeah, spicy notes, vanilla, cacao. This one, it's really, think of like a spice bomb. Cinnamon mixes with that Tobacco Vanille DNA. So first one was Tobacco Vanille slash Fave Delicious. Second one was a more fruitier, more gentle version of Tobacco Vanille minus so much of vanilla. This one is a full-bodied Tobacco Vanille. This is more powerful than Tobacco Vanille's current batches. The original batches, bear in mind, the first batches of Tobacco Vanille of Tom Ford was expensive, no doubt, but those were beasts. People, if you see old reviews like 2012, 13, people said those things last forever. Nowadays, any Tom Ford you buy, the older fragrances, they're all reformulated, sadly. Even the newer ones, I think people complain about longevity and stuff. Yeah, they have that issue. No such issue with Haramain, okay? This one, if you can get it on $100, get it. Tester unit would cost you around that price. If you can get it good deal, maybe $80, $85, that'll be even better. This perfume, if you are not decanting or sharing, this fragrance will last you quite a while, 5 years minimum, because you need literally 1 to 2 sprays to make this project. If you have it back of your neck on your shirt, or somewhere in the pit here, or even here, the pulse point, 1 spray, I will tell you, it continues to project. You can smell it, people around can smell this, and it actually is as potent as something like, if you imagine red tobacco by Mancera, that has that effect. Okay, this one has that effect. So my favorite at this current moment is this one. Obviously it's new, that's why perhaps also big reason, but this perfume I cannot get it out of my head or system. This is my most favorite Tobacco Vanille inspiration. So this one is my number 1 today. I'll just pick for my favorites. There's no such thing as one is bad or worse than the other. It's always up to the person who's smelling it. It's his personal choice. That's all this is. Okay, nothing is superior or inferior to others. Okay, always remember that. My first favorite today is this one. I would recommend this if you like Tobacco Vanille. This is the best replacement that I sniffed till date for the performance, smell, how close they are, how interesting this is, how much this projects. And if you can get this for a good deal, this is the best value, even though it's a 60 ml. Second favorite is the best value one, is this one, Franck Bocklet Tobacco. Why I'm calling this is the safest. If you actually want to get the best value for 100 ml, you will really enjoy this. This is not 100% Tobacco Vanille. It is less aggressive, but definitely sweet and cozy. Okay, this is my most favorite for the value. But if you ask about the underrated one from this whole line, is this one. Okay, I'm not calling this the worst. I like this a lot, but the little bottle really, it's even smaller than this one. This one, even though more pricey, but it's 50 ml. So that's one area I think I'm a little bit sad. Perhaps I'll get a backup bottle just to be better, like happier. But if this was 100 ml or 80 ml, this would make number 1 or 2. Okay, so if you enjoy that smell, Tobacco Vanille slash Mary's Fave Delicious, you can try this. This is very beautiful, powdery tonka. Absolute love this. It's very sweet. It almost reminds me of Angel Share, some ways. Okay, so these are the 3 excellent Tobacco Vanille inspiration. You can give them a try. I'll write down the names. You can check my review on YouTube and decide for yourself after sniffing them. But it's the best if you actually can get a sample of each. Then you make up your mind and see the price breakdown versus what you're getting value wise. But yeah, I just gave you my thought. Thank you very much for watching. let me do the video I thought of doing today regarding life. See you soon. Good night.